Wave Optics Part 5. Polarization. The phenomenon of restriction of the vibrations of the light waves in a particular plane perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave is called polarization of light wave. This is the electromagnetic wave. Along the y-axis we have the electric field vector. Along the x-axis we have the magnetic field vector B. These are the direction of the vibrations. We have the direction of propagation. Now we have such an unpolarized light as a source of light. We have the Polaroids. The unpolarized light reaches the Polaroids and we get the polarized light where the vibration is in a single plane. Polaroids. What are Polaroids? Polaroids is large sheet of synthetic material packed with tiny crystals of dichroic substance oriented parallel to one another so that it transmits light only in one direction. So this is the unpolarized light, the first polarizer, the unpolarized light passing through two polarizers here. This is the second polarizer. This is the axis of polarization. The amplitude E1, the electric field vector is passing. The magnetic field vector is stopped. This is the axis of polarization. It passes like this at a certain angle. So that angle is theta. Now let us take the diagram again. We talk about the intensity of the unpolarized light is directly proportional to the amplitude of the electric wave, that is E naught square. If phi is the angle at which the light approaches the Polaroid, the phi is not shown in the diagram. The component of E naught along the x-axis is E naught sine phi is obstructed. The component along the y-axis, that is E naught cos phi, passes through the Polaroid. Intensity of the light wave reaching the Polaroid is directly proportional to E naught cos phi square. Phi can have values 0 to 180 degrees. Hence, the average value of cos square phi is half. Hence, intensity of the polarized light wave is directly proportional to half of E naught square. Thus, the intensity of the unpolarized light is reduced to half after passing through the polarizer. Now let's see Malus law. After passing through the first polarizer, the electric field vector is a cosine function and therefore we can write E1 vector is equal to E naught sine kx minus omega t. Hence, intensity of the polarized wave I1 is directly proportional to E1 square, the amplitude. After passing through the second polarizer, the electric field vector is E2, which is E naught cos theta. Theta is the angle between the polarization axis and the polarized light. Hence, intensity of the light wave I2 is directly proportional to the amplitude E2 square. Now, E2 is even cos theta. Therefore, we can write I2 is directly proportional to E1 square cos square theta, or I2 is equal to I1 cos square theta because E1 square is I1. This is known as Malus law. It gives the intensity of the linearly polarized light wave after it passes through another polarizer. If theta is equal to 0 degrees, I2 is equal to I1 cos square 0, therefore I2 becomes equal to I1. If theta is 90 degrees, I2 is equal to I1 into cos square 90 degrees. Therefore, I2 becomes 0 because cos 90 is 0. That is, no light emerges. It is known as parallel or cross-setting of two polarizers. Now, let us see that how. So, that's the unpolarized light. We have the polarizer. In the same way, we have the analyzer. Note the direction inside the Polaroid P1 and P2. This is a plane polarized light. The intensities are same. Now in the second one, we have the cross section. Look at the cross section. The lines are perpendicular. Theta is 90 degrees. So what happens? What should happen? There is no light. Now let's see what is plane of vibration. The plane in which the vibration of polarized light takes place is called the plane of vibration. That is A, B, C, D. The plane of polarization. The plane perpendicular to the plane of vibration. There is no light, no vibration of polarized light is called the plane of polarization, E, F, G, H. Now let's see why the sky appears blue in color. It's due to polarization by scattering of light. Sunlight hits air molecules or the dust particles in the atmosphere, hence changes its direction. When sunlight is scattered, it is similar to partially polarized reflected light. If this scattering is preferentially blue, then the sky is blue. The degree of polarization depends upon the angle of incidence on the molecule or the dust particle and the direction of scattering of light. If this angle is 90 degrees, the scattered light is plane polarized. If there is no scattering, the sky would look dark unless you view the sun directly. The tangent of the polarizing angle is equal to the refractive index of the refractive medium at which partial reflection takes place. This is known as Brewster's law. Now let's take the unpolarized light. That's the normal to the surface. We have the partially polarized light, the refracted one, and the plane polarized light, the reflected one. That's the angle theta b and theta r, the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction. At a particular angle of incidence, called Brewster's angle, the reflected ray and the refracted ray are perpendicular to each other. So geometrically, 180 degrees is equal to theta b plus 90 degrees plus theta r from the diagram. Theta b plus theta r is equal to 90 degrees. From the laws of refraction, n1 sin theta b is equal to n2 sin theta r. n1 sin theta b is equal to n2 sin of 90 degrees minus theta b. Therefore, n1 sin theta b is equal to n2 cos theta b. n1 upon n2 is tan theta b. Theta b is equal to tan inverse of n1 upon n2. Note, n here is the refractive index and be considered as mu also. This gives the Brewster's law. Uses of Polaroids. In motor car headlight to remove headlight. Glare. In three-dimensional movie cameras. To produce and analyze polarized light, it is used as a filter in photographic cameras, in windows of aeroplanes to control amount of light, in unpolarized sunglasses. It is a unpolarized light through sunglasses to protect the eyes from the glare that is a polarized light, because due to polarized light, they are used to improve color contrast in old oil painting, used in calculator, watches, monitors of laptops which have LCD screen. Thank you.